Hey, welcome back to Uncle Fezzi's Mad Lab. What's Uncle Fezzi up to today? It's a well-known fact that I am the get off my lawn guy. I am a grumpy, miserable fuck that hates everything, hates everybody, and very rarely ever does reviews on anything. I do unboxing videos. I show you the 1,000 different things that I messed up. Well, I print a lot of little parts. I'm kind of slightly obsessed with printing little parts. So I had some bed adhesion issues with my little parts. So I went and I ordered this super cool tack plate, bamboo cool plate super tack from Bamboo Labs. And it works. It actually works really well. As a matter of fact, it works a little too good sometimes. And that's actually what we're gonna I want to discuss. I'm not using my super cool bamboo cool tack plate, super cool or super tack or whatever the hell you call it, because I don't need to. The other thing is I'm not crazy about the finish on this for what I'm doing right this second. So I went to I somehow or another got Vision Miner, got into my YouTube analog or the algorithm, and this stuff, they were plugging this stuff. Okay, so this is nano polymer adhesive for build plates. Those guys do they do crazy stuff. They use some of the most difficult products that you can use for FDM printing. Those guys use. So I was like, yeah, you know what? This stuff was expensive. It was 50 bucks for this little container here. But a little dab will do you. It goes a long way. So what I wanted to show here is I printed this little part in PET G with no bridging, no rafting, no rafting, no nothing. Well, and it did just pop off the build plate the way it's supposed to. But if in PET G, if and it's been cooling for a minute, if I reached in there and tried to pull this little thing off while it was still hot, I'd have probably lifted the build plate up. So yeah, I'm going to show some other parts that I've been working on for this particular project. But even the extrusion test is kind of doesn't want to come off. No, it's been cooling. You can, when it's hot, you can actually feel the stickiness on the plate, which is crazy. So I'm gonna go hammer this thing together, and then I'll show the other parts I've been making. Okay, this is the actual. Yeah, this is the actual part that I'm building right now. So this print just finished. It's still kind of warm in here. Take it out again. No bridging, no anything. Ooh, popped right off the build plate the way it's supposed to. And, let's scrape these off. You can actually, because it's still warm, you can feel the sticky on it. Like I said, that even the extrusion test doesn't like to come off. Now, I will admit that I did wipe this plate. I've been printing this. I've printed 5 iterations of this recently. So what happens, it just keeps going back in the same spot. So what I did was I took a little bit of 91% isopropyl alcohol, which is what the solvent is in this stuff, and just wiped the build plate to kind of freshen it up a little bit, but I didn't put any more on. Now, we're going to show the rest of this project later. That's what, this isn't just a shameless plug for a company that is never going to even recognize that I exist. It's more of a, yeah, what am I up to kind of thing, right? Content. Hey kids, welcome back to Uncle Fezzi's Mad Lab. So I'm going to start off right away with this particular video in stating that it's going to be more disjointed than normal. because I had an idea to do a short, and then I'm like, I might as well just drag it out, right? So the original point of this video was I'm shamelessly plugging a product that I am not getting anything out of other than exactly what I paid for. This product is called, it's from Nano polymer adhesive from a company called Vision Miner. It's very rare that when I get something off the internet that it actually works exactly as it was advertised as. That's the only reason I'm doing this. If this was complete and total junk, I probably wouldn't say anything about it at all unless it really pissed me off. This is just the opposite. This did exactly as it was advertised, and as a matter of fact, it almost works a little too good, which is absolutely hilarious. Later on in the video, I'm going to show exactly why I bought this stuff. But I print a lot of this little stuff here, these little knobs and things that like to fly off the build plate unless you use a lot of brimming. And it's a pain in the ass to trim flash off of stuff, and I hate doing it. This is with the regular build plate and even the super cool tack plate, printing this in ABS or ASA, most likely it would have peeled off the build plate. Almost guaranteed it would have peeled off the build plate. I printed this in PETG, Bamboo Labs High Flow PETG, but I'm probably going to print this again in ASA or ABS. Oops, just because I can. So, what these are quick release mounts for these tripods. Now I've got about 5 tripods. Well, yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I got about 4 tripods, and they all have either Arca Swiss heads on them. Now these are Joby heads. These heads aren't great. Well, except the one that's. I have 2 Joby heads, because I had a Bogan head that has a different mounting system to it, and it really irritated the shit out of me. So I bought these Joby heads. Now, they're not great heads, but they work for what I need them to do. And then I also have 2 tripods that have these, I call them GoPro mounts. That's actually one of them I'm using right now, the kind of zip tied to the other one to shoot this. But this type of head is very common, or this type of attachment is very common. And Arca Swiss is Arca Swiss, right? So my X Pro 1s, they all have this Arca Swiss mount on the bottom, so I can just drop them right onto any of these tripods that I have and use them. Out of frame. There we go. So you can see how this works, right? It's kind of Arca Swiss is kind of an industry standard. Of course, I had that Manfrotto / Bogan one that wasn't worth a shit. So I wanted a bunch more of these little plates. But I don't need like super hard plates because, well, my 2 Fujis have built-in integrated plates. And actually, my Nikon D600 has an integrated plate. But I only have 2 of these, and I don't know where the other one got to. So I also have a lot of light stuff that I need to mount, right? So this is my microphone, or this is my recording device. I like to mount it on a tripod. I have that monitor that I'm going to start using for reading scripts from, like I ever use a script, but so this is what I built. Okay, now these are all different iterations. Every single one of these is a prototype, except this one. This is the final iteration. I'm going to show. I figured out how to record video off of my computer screen, so you get to enjoy that too. And then I printed this little knob, right? So the knob just goes in. Now this one has a fancy folding knob, right? Foldy screw kind of thing. Well, this is just a 1/4 bolt that I made this thing for. And it'll thread in to here. Now this bolt's actually too long. It's a 3/4 inch bolt. Let's see if it tightens up. But so you can just, yeah, it actually bottomed out. I knew that was going to happen. This particular bolt's too long. I'm going to reprint it and use a shorter bolt. I used a 3/4 inch bolt because that's literally what I had in the magnetic tray next to me when I put it together. A 1/2 inch would probably be better because it bottoms out. But the bolt head doesn't matter. The bolt doesn't matter. The length of the bolt doesn't matter. I could put any length bolt in here I want. What matters is that this fits flush in here like that. Okay, so that fits flush in there like that, and then I can screw whatever it is I need to screw on into this thing, and we're good to go, right? These don't need to be super duper strong because I'm only going to be hanging really lightweight stuff off of them, but now I've got a bunch of them. So, and as you can see, in typical Mr. Mike fashion here, or Uncle Fezzy fashion, it took, let's see here, well, it took 4 prototypes, and then these 2 are production pieces. Production being a relative term. They fit perfectly. I would hang my Fuji off of this thing. The only thing, and it's not even really an issue, is you kind of have to snap it in a little bit. I made it a little bit bigger on purpose because the originals were just a little bit too loose. And would fall out. This one won't fall out because I actually integrated this. These heads have a little stop on them. They have this little spring-loaded stop which fits inside of there. For some reason it worked on number 4. Right, so, but it's loose, but it can't fall out. That's what that's there for. I may fix that. I haven't decided yet. But number 5 here, or is this? Yeah, this is the actual production piece. This is 50+% infill with the PETG. And it just barely doesn't catch it on the inside here. I can fix that just by making this a little bit bigger. Make this hole just a little bit bigger and it'll fit just fine. But I'm not going to making me look like an idiot. It's kind of hard to do it whilst filming. There we go. So this has to be unscrewed all the way. It fits perfectly on the tripod that that camera is on, because that head's a little bit wider. But that's not going anywhere. The tripod will come apart before this thing comes apart. They're lightweight. I like them. They're obnoxious color, and they come right off. So, pretty cool. This is what I bought a 3D printer for. And they fit nice and snug too. So I'm going to edit in the other parts of this video, but that's basically what I was building. Okay, because I learned how to do this, and I'm going to try to incorporate it into my videos here. So this is the part in Fusion. This is the sketch. Let's see, move it over here. Front. So this is the sketch. I'll pull up the dimensions. So that's the sketch of the part. Sketch 1, obviously. And then this is the, let me hide the sketch. And this is what it looks like in Fusion. I said I'm pretty proud of this. It's the one thing I could do. Let's see here. Let's do that, and then that, and then bring it over here, and then sketch 3. We can bump this out. It's a .90. Oh, well, that could be why it did that. There we go. Huh, 85 may have been fine. Oh well, gives us a little bit extra room. So, there we go. Finished sketch. All done. And it only took 5 prototypes to get it right. And I forgot to show the bolt holder. So this is the bolt holder. That's that little yellow piece. And if you look really carefully, you can see that it's not right here because the bolt actually is too far down into the hole. But that worked out to my advantage because then I just put the bolt in and then whack it with a hammer and then I don't have to glue it. Let's do this. All right. So I'm just doing a test on whether or not I can record off the screen on my my MacBook. But this is the Bamboo Labs. This is the internal camera in the X1 Carbon. It's a little choppy. It's a webcam, and my internet isn't the greatest out here. I guess one of the things I have to fix. The other thing is I'm testing the audio because the first run of audio I did, the wind noise from my air conditioner is just completely unbearable. So this is the Joby Gorilla Pod mounting plate. It's an Arca Swiss. This is the Arca Swiss style joint. Oh, there we go. It's finished.